Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here. I did film a bit of this, but I decided to get rid of it because I think, well, I just didn't like me in it, you know. Do you know what I mean? You ever do that? Like say things and think, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I don't like the way that makes me sort of feel, the way it kind of comes across. And so I decided to erase that bit. Cheers, I've got my tea. Box, pit stop. Well, what have I been doing with my day then? Oh, I filmed a tutorial. Since I come back from my trip, I've got this back. And I know it's the heating that's causing it. But I still haven't put the water in any of the other rooms but the living room. And I know that that's what's causing it. It's drying the air out. And that is what's doing it. So I've got a bit of a mark under here and I don't know how I got it. Must have scratched it in the night or something. Don't know. I'm going to quickly guzzle my last bit of tea because it's just drinkable, and if I leave it any longer it won't be. The only trouble now is remove moustache. If I get dry, I've got no tea to wet my whistle. Oh, hang on, look, I have some water. Okay, so we'll do this already because I already ripped it off. Tuesday's picture is a bafflement. I have no idea what that is. No idea whatsoever. Didn't do the joke though because I was too busy drinking tea, so we'll do that. Hang on, I've got a book there. It keeps falling on me. My fault for putting it where I did. So, my morning then. I watched The Age of Disclosure. I did. And, wow. The only thing is, well, not the only thing is, but since, you know, I was a child and I found out about Roswell and all those, I've been abducted by alien stories and all that stuff, and all that person's crazy, this is just, they're just loons, and all this, that and the other, misinformation they call that. Since all of that, and all of the whistleblowers that have come along since and everything, the kind of way I had it in my head, I bet this is real, and the way I had it sort of in my head that it was, it turns out it is that way. And I kind of like feel, wow, I knew it all along. So yeah, I'll leave you guys to watch it, but it is compelling viewing. It's 2 hours long, I've got to say, for a documentary kind of thing. There are bits on it, especially you've got to stick with it, because the first bits for me, I tried to watch it last night and I was tired, and I was like, I can't watch this, I'm falling asleep, because it is a lot of talk to the camera. But you know, there are footage in there, that there are pieces of footage and explanations, especially in the latter part, that you really need to see. So yeah, it's compelling viewing for me. It is. And I do feel that with all the whistleblowers that have happened, the first one, he got vilified, and all the misinformation and everything. So Joe Biden signed a bill to protect whistleblowers. So since then there's been a few, and they've actually had hearings in the House where they have, you know, senators have questioned them. And it's happened, this is about 3 times now that it's happened. And I just feel that as a population, we're being drip fed information so that when the big reveal comes, it's not a humongous shock that's going to like cause mass hysteria. That's what I feel. I feel like they're allowing this drip feed of information to come along, because, you know, there will be a reveal, because we're not alone. We are not. I mean, I'm absolutely 100,000,000% now convinced of that after seeing The Age of Disclosure. So yay. Oh, and my face explodes just to reiterate that fact. Now, I had a good old sleep in this morning. I was so happy when I woke up and it was like 9 o'clock. It's actually gone 9 and I was like, wow, I had a good old cozy sleep, which doesn't happen too often anymore. So I was really, really happy that it did. And I've got an itchy nose. Sorry, I want to sneeze and I can't. It's just that tickle that's there that won't allow it. I don't know why. It's just bugging me. Anyway, so I intended, and I've got runny eyes, I intended to do so much today, but I managed to do one tutorial. I was going to do both, and the thing that I kind of ordered these things for, I got it out, and then I suddenly realised, oh, let's watch back to see where I'm up to with it, so I know what to do next. And I realised then that I hadn't uploaded it. So in a way, I am hoping, I'm sure I filmed those bits. Maybe I deleted them or something, because I'll have to film the whole thing again. But I've got to find it, upload it, watch it, so I know what I'm doing next. And the only reason I need to do that is because we went on holiday. So there's been a bit of time and, you know, things happening in the meantime. So I'm not really that sure in my brain where I'm up to. So I couldn't do that one, but I did the other one, which I really, really wanted to do. There's several stitches that I want to get out there, and plus I've got other tutorials on the go, kind of thing, or projects that I want to get going on. So yeah, that's what I did. And I did the washing, and there was something else. Oh, Gary made a complete and utter mess of the cooker. It's not his fault. We've got some saucepans that have got aluminium, and I know it's a funny word for you guys across the pond, aluminum, or steel, and they've got welded bottoms. So the pans go like that, and then there's this little tiny plinth it sits on, and that's what comes into contact with your cooker top. So a couple of them I started pulling away. So when you wash them, and they collect moisture on the inside, and then when you put them on the stove, that water then will leak out, or if there's any minute leaky holes anywhere, it leaks out onto the cooker top, and then it bakes and dries. And there's nothing like burnt water when it's on, because it might be water that's got a little bit of green in it from whatever veggie you're cooking or whatever. So it bakes solid and it stank too. So I came out the other day and went, what is that smell? And he went, where it's boiled over and it's coming out of this split. So I said, oh, okay. So I've got my steam cleaner on it, and I got off quite a bit of the kind of surface stuff, and then I put a hob cleaner on, and then I left that for a while, and then I steam cleaned it again, and it is better, but it is not perfect. So I'm going to keep doing it until it either disintegrates or it comes off a bit more. It has it's gone back to where it was, because you know I've got one of those solid ceramic tops, and they get like that ring around them, around each ring, that doesn't seem to want to come off. I've been gradually getting that off, but now it just got a bit worse again, so I've got to get back to getting that off. Let's do the joke before I forget. Let's see. Oopsie. Where are we up to? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a long one. I did that one, didn't I? Because I did fish and chips. Two men were walking home after a Halloween party, decided to take a shortcut through the cemetery. Oh yeah, I misspelled my name. I'm here to correct it, so I'm on a new page. There's a lot to read, that one. Right. Oh, I was on a train, and this woman opposite looked at me and said, "Every time you smile, I feel like inviting you to my place." I asked, "Are you single?" She replied, "No, I'm a dentist." I like that one. So we'll tick it off, and we'll have a little look in the Oversistic book that Gary got. So, when does old begin? Old age is when you can't quite decide whether you've saved too little or stayed too long. This is not really jokes, is it? Should we do another one? Age, that period of life in which we compound for the vices that remain by revealing those that have no longer the vigour to comment. No, don't really get that one. Age, that period of life in which we compound for the vices that remain by reveling in those that we no longer have the vigour to commit. That was Ambrose Bierce who said that. I need another. That'll do. What's that? Oh, that was just how much. Yeah, it's fine. Got another little bookmark so that we can come back to that. Okay, so that was jokes and a bit of quotes, I think, really is the answer to that. I've got such an itchy nose. And you know why? I've been working with ice yarn. Picasso. It's fluffy and it sends bits right on my nose. It sends it, and my nose is really red. And you know what? We had this photo. I could show it to you. It's horrible. The photograph of me is horrible, but everybody else, it's not too bad. And here it is. This is the family pic, and I'm like the alien on the end, above Harley. It's a horrible picture. I'll show you briefly. There it is. I have the biggest, rosiest cheeks and a giant red nose, like Rudolph, and my hair looks a bit like ginger fluff, like candy floss, even though it's not ginger, but it does look that way. And yeah, so Paul said, "Why do you look like an alien?" And I said, "See, told you we're not alone." But still, not the best picture of me. And it doesn't scan either. Tried to scan it and upload it and send it on, but it just looks awful. And taking a picture of a picture, it's so glossy, it just doesn't look right. There's nothing you can really do. So, you know, and to be honest, it's not a nice picture. I should have actually looked at it, studied it when he gave it to me, because to be honest, he said he was going to lighten it a bit. It's well dark. It's very, very dark. So I just think that his printing of pictures is not the best, to be honest with you. But never mind, it was a little record of the day, and with all the kids there, so that's good. Well, most of the kids. Most of the littler ones. Apart from the baby who wouldn't really. Itchy nose, sorry. Oh, it's driving me mad. It is. It's driving me to distraction and back again. It's very red now. I just keep fiddling with it. So what else have I forgot to tell you? Let me think. That's it. I haven't got to cook today. We had this spag bol that Gary cooked. Hang on. And when he did it, it was so big. He had enough to take to work today, and for some in the fridge for me for lunch. But I didn't eat lunch. In fact, I wasn't even hungry this morning. So I didn't have the lunch. And Gary sort of messaged me saying, "We won't have dinner today because I'm still going to be full up after the lunch. So maybe I'll just have spaghetti on toast or something." And I said, "That's fine. I'll save mine and I'll have it for dinner then." So I don't have to cook. I've got a day off. Well, day off of cooking. But we've got chicken anyway in the fridge. We've got some more mince in the fridge. Have you, I mean, if you live in the UK, have you noticed how much mince costs? I cannot believe the price that they're charging for mince. And when I say mince, for you guys across the pond, that's hamburger. And it used to be the cheap meal. It used to be the cheap meal, but one that isn't even a big size, that is just basically, you get a tiny one for £5, or you get one that's a little bit bigger for £7 something, or the big one, which would just do a family, £10 or £10.99. And I just think, well, you know, that used to be £2 and £4 and a £5, but you wouldn't pay any more than that. And it was the cheap dinner where you could make a shepherd's pie or a spaghetti bolognese, and it's not anymore. You know, I could buy steak for less. It's just ridiculous. It is just ridiculous. I wish I had my own mincer. Maybe I'd make my own. But it's just crazy. The prices have gone up so much. It's like yesterday we went to Tesco's because we had, when we first came back from our holiday, we had a little bit of shopping, went and got it. But I didn't get much because, you know, we had to wait until we got paid and stuff. So yesterday I said, well, look, we've got our Tesco's vouchers that are really for Christmas, but we don't really need them. So we'll spend them. And we had £21, right? So I said, okay, we'll go to Tesco's, whatever comes over the top. It was, I had to pay 70 something pound for my shopping. So the right price was 90 odd. There was just a few bags of very little altogether. I mean, there was just so little in those bags. I couldn't believe it. I did get a chicken. I did get some chicken thighs, and I didn't buy the mince. That was, did I buy the mince? Maybe I did. But and I bought a Christmas present, which was something for Gary. So there was a little bit in there that was not really meant to be in there, like this. It was only, what, £11. So there wasn't much. That wasn't food. But even with the £21 off, I still paid 70 something. I was just totally shocked. I thought it would just be like spend another £20 or whatever, but I was totally and utterly shocked. Crazy prices, absolutely ridiculous. And I have always maintained that these shops, throughout the end of October and throughout November, they shove all the prices up because they know that when they start saying this has all been reduced for Christmas, we all think we're getting a bargain. But we're not. We're paying for it now. We're paying for December in November. And I've always said that. They don't give you nothing. You know, they don't. They might have the odd one lost leader in a shop, but they do not give you anything for nothing. They don't. And they have to make their profits, just like all the other places that rip us off, basically. So, yeah, I think we just pay for it now. And I think I single-handedly paid for it in that shop, to be honest with you. Soapbox moment over. God, moany old Minnie, aren't I really today? I am having a whinge. But, you know, it just annoys me. Yeah, it does. Even Aldi, you know, used to be like you could get a whole trolley full and you'd have a good old few bags of shopping. It'd cost you 30 quid. Not anymore. No, not anymore. And, you know, I thought might as well go to Tesco's and get club card prices here and there. Be honest, I hate Aldi's car park. Worst car park ever. There's a zebra crossing that goes across the car park. And as you cross with your trolley, right in the middle of your way is a street lamp. It leads to a path that is blocked by a street lamp. And on the other side of it is a car. So it's not like you can bump up and go over it. You can't do it. It's just ridiculous. The most ridiculous car park. And it's one way. You have to go all round. So you have to come in, even if you just want to park up and get something, you go all the way around. Stupid. Anyway, that's another whinge. Oh my God. I am just turning into the moaniest old boot. I really am. Anyway, so I am well, I didn't do it today, but I am going to spend some time out in the yarn van soon, and I'm going to really reduce some stuff and get rid of it. I'm kind of toying with the idea of giving it all up. I am kind of toying with the idea, but I probably won't. But I just feel like you know, it's not really as busy as I'd like. So is it worth me doing it? And I know and that probably is, and everybody's, you know, the whole world is having a tough time. But, you know, it's not like I should really complain, I suppose. It's just nowhere near as busy as it was. So sometimes I think, is it time to call it a day? Or just ride it out? I don't know. I really don't. That's the truth. I should probably carry on, ride it out, and see how it goes, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to get off, upload this video, and go and do Gary's spaghetti on toast. I can't believe I got away with cooking. I was going to do roast. I had veggies, we've got potato, and we've got chicken. I was going to do a Slimming World roast or something along those lines, even if it's just mashed potato or something instead of roast potatoes. But I was going to do that veggie dinner. We didn't want it. Too full up. So yeah, at least cutting down is helping again. It's not like we're starving anymore. Come back from that holiday was starving. You know, hard to get and stick to it. It's under here that's itching. Oh, it is definitely yarn. So I'm going to go. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye for now.